Good morning, guys. All right, so I do have something really fun for you, and I'm gonna be reviewing this perfume company called DedCool. So there's a few options here for you guys. I chose to get my sample kit here. It comes in a really cool tin, and you get 6 samples to choose from. And the ones that I'm gonna be reviewing today are Sunlit Blooms, Red Dakota, and I won't do Taunt. Okay, so Sunlit Blooms and Red Dakota. So we're gonna go for Red Dakota first. And first of all, these are clean ingredients, clean as in no hormone disruptors, so you don't have to worry about the formula being anything dirty. So how they describe Red Dakota. Oh, and a full bottle is going to run you about $90. So that's pretty reasonable for some of these, popping up everywhere, these clean. Some of them run about 100 something. So I think that's a good decent price. And plus, when you do order, you get like a bounce back coupon code. So it's like 20% off or so, maybe 15 for your next purchase. All right, so the top notes for Red Dakota is clementine and gardenia. The middle notes are woods and amber, and the bottom note is wild berries. So when I first initially sprayed this yesterday, and I wore it all day yesterday, it does have a strong presence. So sometimes on their website, they'll tell you if it's a light, medium, or heavy. They don't really have this one for Red Dakota, unfortunately, but I will tell you what they describe it as. So they describe it as fresh and zesty. This one commenter said that it's energized and confident when it's her go-to scent. Unmistakably optimistic, smells like a Mediterranean citrus groves, feels like your own personal villa. I will say that that is all basically true and spot on. Red Dakota is gonna be one of those, like when I just sprayed it yesterday, like hoping and praying that it's not going to give me a headache, hoping and praying that I'm going to like it, because this was just a blind spray yesterday. And when I sprayed it initially, it's very nice. I only had it on my wrist. I didn't spray it anywhere else, like on my clothing or anything. And I kid you not, it lasted for the whole 8 hours of working. Past that 8-hour mark, I couldn't really smell myself anymore, but I didn't want to. Not to say that this is a bad smell, it's just really different and really strong. At first, you do get the hints of the citrus. Definitely it hits you first, and the gardenia just kind of settles that and rounds it out. But I think for the initial first 10 minutes of that, like literally 10 to 15 minutes, that top note lingers, and then it just drops down to the middle notes, and it literally stays there for the duration of the time. So yes, when you're shopping on this website, remember that, yeah, the top note, definitely love the top note, but more so look at the middle notes to the bottom notes, because that's where it's going to settle and stay and linger on your skin. You're not going to smell those top notes. Those are the first burn. That's the first thing to go. So like I said, top notes usually last anywhere between 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes, depending upon your body chemistry, your nose, everything else. So yes, at first, initially on my drive into work, this was like, I would say Red Dakota is like an outfit. It's like dressing up just a little bit more. It's not going to be your everyday kind of smell. It's going to be like, for me, it would be like brunch with the girls. You know, you don't want to wear sweatpants, you don't want to wear, you know, t-shirt and jeans. You kind of want to wear something like a dress, maybe not business casual, just a bit above business casual. And so that's why Red Dakota, I want to call it South Dakota. That's why Red Dakota for me is just kind of like fitting into the rest of your um, perfume wardrobe. It's just gonna be that smell that it's like, it's distinct enough to be different, but it's not gonna be like your everyday go-to. It's gonna be something that you put on. It's gonna be that power suit. It's gonna be that red dress. It's gonna be those red heels or those pink, something cool. It is not, it's borderline. So all of these perfumes are supposed to be unisex, but I believe they lean towards more feminine. So this one it can be slightly, it's just borderline unisex. I don't believe that a guy that wants to smell like a guy, like a manly guy, would pick this. They would be really disappointed. But somebody that's just right there, or a woman who doesn't want a lot of femininity in their perfume, they like a little bit of kind of like that manly, it's not a manly smell, it's just a generic mid-grade smell. So like, yes, pretty much anyone could wear Red Dakota, only because I say this because it really stays in the woods and amber for the duration of the time. It stays there. So if you like the smell of amber and you like the smell of kind of like that woodsy smell, then you're gonna love Red Dakota. Like I said, the clementine and gardenia, they burn off after 15 minutes. Now I will say, like I said, it stayed a long time, and I actually was really I really wanted it to go away after about an hour of wearing it because I was just bored of it and I was tired. I don't believe it gave me a headache. I don't think that it did that. I did have a slight headache, but that's from other things. But yes, I just got bored of it halfway through the day. And it was competing against other women around me. And I was just like, there's too much going on in my nose right now. But I could smell me. I'm not sure if anybody else could smell me. I didn't get any compliments, so so it's not like one of those head turners like, oh, what are you wearing? But I definitely could smell it through my whole entire workday, which is a full 8-hour day from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I could smell it. And then after that, it dissipated and went away. But yeah, so Red Dakota, I do love the way they describe it online. So if you are gonna buy anything that I don't review for you guys in these consecutive videos, just know that you can go by the description and the notes. And the way I chose my 6 scents, the 6 of them that I chose, I just chose it by what I like. So I like clementine, I like gardenia, I don't mind amber and woods, and I wish that the bottom note rounded it out better. I wish I could smell the wild berries, but I could not smell the wild berries out of this. It just really hit hard with the amber and the woodsy smell. So Red Dakota is good. It's just gonna be that different one, different from the rest of them. And it's gonna be for someone who is just a little bit different. Like I said, it's going to be one of those that you fit into your wardrobe of perfumes, and it's just going to be something that's just that extra little something in there. So definitely give Red Dakota a try. It's not bad. It's not it doesn't stink, so you're not going to be disappointed, but it might smell a little familiar for other people that, you know, wear a lot of perfumes. but I found that it was pretty distinct all on its own. All right, so next one, that's enough of Red Dakota. The next one is going to be Sunlit Blooms. And I will have to say, you don't get a whole lot of sprays out of these samples, so they're pretty much almost halfway empty, if you want to think of it that way. Or some of y'all say halfway full, but I still say halfway empty. So real quick, Sunlit Blooms. All right, so the way they describe it is just sweet enough. Now, I will say that this is pretty sweet. It is going to be very feminine, so I would not say that this is a, oh my gosh, that word left me. Anyway, I wouldn't say it's for everybody as far as like men and women. I would say it is definitely for a woman. The way they describe it is very nice. And at first sniff, I was really excited. But now that I've calmed down a bit, I definitely want to do this review correctly for you guys. So they say it radiate warmth all year long, smells like white orange blossoms at high noon, feels like a high of 80 degrees with nowhere to be. Honestly, this one is, they say the strength is medium. I would say the strength is light. I would definitely say that Red Dakota is heavier than Sunlit Blooms. And I kind of like that. But how it's working with my body chemistry is I get pretty sweet. It is smelling very sweet. On my boyfriend, when we initially did these videos, it smelled very orangey to him and white floral, and it was beautiful. But when I first initially sprayed this on me, when you get it, I definitely smell the salty vanilla now. It just depends on the hormones too. I mean, us women, sometimes we smell this, sometimes we smell that, and sometimes you might like it today and sometimes you might not. But initially when I smelled it, the orange blossom just sang beautifully and it was so wonderful. And then it hits that white floral. This one burns through pretty quickly, I will say. Like it literally, like those top notes, the orange blossom top note just bursts out, and then it just quickly goes into the white floral about maybe 5 minutes later. And then it settles down into a beautiful salty vanilla, which is, I love vanilla, I love white floral, and I love the smell of orange. This initially reminded me of like honeysuckle, and I love honeysuckle. I love going for a walk in our woods over here, and it has honeysuckle bushes, and sometimes you just get that waft of sweetness, and it's so beautiful. And I just love honeysuckle. I have to find something with honeysuckle because I just love that smell of that flower. But this one, someone described it as long-lasting warmth. I will say that that is probably very spot on, especially today, because I'm wafting my arms around. I did spray it on my clothing first, and lastly I sprayed it just right around here, and I can smell it. It's one of those, I think it's light. I don't think it's medium. I think it's very light. It's not gonna be you walk into the room and someone smells you. This one's gonna be like someone's gonna hug you and say, "Ooh, you smell good." It definitely feels like that salty vanilla. So it's not a bland vanilla, like just, I know how vanilla can be like generic, but this is definitely a different vanilla. It's definitely sweet, and it definitely settles and sticks there, especially today on me now. I just smell the vanilla, and it's that patisserie kind of smell, like, you know, something kind of not a bakery, but like an upscale, like something smells really good and sweet, like a sweet shop, a sweet shop. That's what it smells like to me, but it's warm. This one definitely is a daytime. I don't know if you want to smell like this all day at work, but definitely a weekend smell. Something that, you know, you want to put something on, you want to go run around and you want to smell pretty good. Like I'm wearing, you know, my all-wear top and some leggings, and it's just kind of like that run around kind of smell. Um, it's like you smell good, you know, you got out of the shower, kind of like those, I would say anything like Bath and Body Works kind of smells, you know, where you just splash something on. That's what it reminds me of, but it's upscale. It's not Bath and Body Works. It's definitely more upscale than that. But yeah, it definitely settles down into the salty vanilla for me, like I said, especially today. But when my boyfriend was wearing it, that orange blossom just was sticking to him and his body chemistry at the time. And the white floral was definitely sticking around. I didn't even smell the salty vanilla for him. So for my body chemistry, I smell the salty vanilla, which is not bad, but it is a tad bit on the sweet side. So if you are concerned that it's going to be too sweet for you, I would say maybe not try this one. If you're not, like, it's almost borderline cotton candy-ish. Not that sweet. I mean, some of y'all are like, cotton candy, no way. And some of y'all are like, yeah. But if you do like sweet, it's not as sweet as maybe Juicy Couture, because Juicy Couture is very sweet for me. It almost borderlines Dolce and Gabbana, the gold one, but that one is really, really, really sweet. That one smells like Fruit Loops to me. This one is just maybe 5 notches down from those. So those are heavily sweet for me. Knock them down 5 notches and you got this one. So it is on the sweet side, but not too sweet is what they say. And I would say that just sweet enough is the perfect smell. Like that's how it smells. It's just sweet enough. It's not too sweet, but definitely it is on the sweet side. So yeah, that is how that one smells. It smells really good. You're not, even if you do decide to put this in your sample kit, I would say you won't be disappointed. But like I said, it's very light, so I don't know how long this one is gonna last for me today. Like I said, I did do several sprays, but we'll see. All right, guys, that's it for these two, and you know I have many more to go, and I will get those videos out for you when I get them. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.